Hey guys, Mike Morales at Fin Factory Kayak and Tackle today. Today we want to talk a little bit about the Torqueedo motor that we installed on this Hobie Pro Angler. Biggest thing for us was the integration of both the power pole and the Torqueedo motor 403. We were able to locate a vendor out of Innovative Sportsman is the name of the actual vendor that incorporates both the power pole and the stern mounted Torqueedo motor. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Starting off with how we mounted this particular bracket itself. Obviously, being this is a pro angler, we still needed to use the micro anchor motor mount that Hobie sells for this to actually use the bracket onto the system itself. The bracket integrates a lot like your standard Torqueedo or your micro anchor motor does, with this aluminum plate that comes down, but also incorporates the use of the extension to use your 403. Okay, so really cool, really easy to install, just like installing your micro anchor. On top of that, the way we decided to integrate the actual steering itself was through using the existing steering handles that the pro angler uses. A lot of people used to like to use foot pedals and what have you, but I wanted to make this very streamlined and very simple for the user to use. So with that being said, we ran the rudder line or the rudder line cables, which is basically Adventure Island rudder cable, high strength line. We ran it through the motor mount itself, incorporating these tubes to keep guidance of the actual lines into the Pro Angler steering drum that's right up here. So as I demonstrate this, you guys will see that when I'm turning this motor to the left, the motor turns to the left, and then it turns to the right. But you'll also notice that it's still integrated to the actual rudder itself. So that being said, this should help a lot with even a better turning radius for this particular boat, okay? Now, the biggest concern for me was that, okay, I use the drum, I'm not getting a lot of turn on this motor, but we think that when we test it, we're gonna find a really good turning radius because the rudder is still in use. Now, the cool thing about this also is that we also integrated basically a sailing block to disengage the motor when we want to go straight pedaling, okay? So when we're out on the water, we'll remove the actual line from here. We'll pull the unit up, clean it back into it. So now we're operating the system with the pedals, and the actual steering itself will still turn the steering. So you don't lose your steering capability when you bring the motor up. So that was a really clever deal that we were able to incorporate into this boat, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and release that back. Put that back into the holder like that. The one thing that I'll say as far as from a disadvantage standpoint that this mount does have is that if you're out there in the water and your micro anchor fails in the down position, okay, and we're just gonna demonstrate, and you're in the down position and for some reason your battery dies or gets hung up or what have you, there's really no way to continue to use the quick release of the actual micro anchor because the spike goes through the actual mount itself. So, if there were anything that I would say to this point with the installation on this piece that's a little bit of a concern is that. Now, obviously you can get out your boat, you can, manually raise the spike itself and still accomplish getting this spike out of the water, but it could be a little bit of a concern when you're out there in the water and if you do jam your micro anchor. Finally, just to kind of talk about the loose ends for this boat, how did we run our power and all that stuff. If you come back here, we integrated all of our power solution right into the H-crate itself so that we have it mounted in there. It's not sloshing around. We actually Velcroed it down so that you don't, if you do roll your boat, for some reason capsize, you're not going to lose your battery. So yeah, I mean, really cool build. We're really excited to get it used out there in the wild. I think the customer's going to absolutely love it. And really smart design by Innovative Sportsman on the rugged inline mounting solution. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us on Facebook, and we'll go from there. Thanks guys, have a good day.